The PSEI has been on sideways for years now. Pero amidst all the volatility, kailangan we still find ways para kumita pa rin tayo. So today we're diving into all the dividend-paying stocks sa PSEI and we are going to check kung alin sa kanila yung consistently nagbibigay ng dividends. Quick note lang po, common shares lang ang ating focus, hindi po kasama dito yung preferred shares. And because of global uncertainties, grabe yung naging run ng gold as of recent. So today, we're starting with the oil and mining sector. In the coming weeks, gagawan din natin ng separate deep dive ang bawat stock para mas maintindihan natin ang fundamentals, dividend history at long-term potential nila. So for now, let's look at the list. Tara, sisid tayo. So first on the list, we have Apex Mining. So Apex Mining has an underground gold mining company and they have an asset in Davao de Oro, which is the Mako Gold Mine. Hindi ito open pit, underground mining siya, which means that mas technical at mas mahal ang kanyang operations. So meron silang sariling underground extraction system, may sarili silang milling facilities at may sarili din silang processing plant. After ma-process ang ore, ginagawa nila itong gold bars and then ine-export nila, binebenta nila sa global market. So, a few things to remember. Gold is considered a safe haven asset. Kapag may inflation, geopolitical tensions, or recession fears, tumataas din ang presyo ng gold. So, doon lumalakas yung earnings nila. Just a few risks to consider as well, yung gold price volatility, rising fuel and labor costs, and mining accidents or operational disruptions gaya ng mga bagyo or any other calamity. So, things to consider then when it comes to their dividends. So, the company has regular dividends. Meron ding special dividends na dinedeclare kapag malakas yung cash flow. Annual yung payout niya and usually we can expect their declarations every April. But, hindi consistent every single year yung pag-declare nila ng dividends. So bottom line, if you own Apex Mining, you have high gold exposure and it works well or bagay siya sa mga opportunistic dividend investors. Next up, we have Philex Mining. So Philex Mining ang isa sa mga pinakamatatag at pinakamatagal na mining company sa Philippines. So gold at copper ang main products nila. So we all know how important gold is nowadays. So let's focus more on copper. So copper is very important globally dahil ginagamit ito sa power transmissions, EV or electrical vehicle manufacturings, renewable energy systems, and infrastructure. Meron din silang Padcal mine historically at currently developing ang Silangan project. Malaki yung long-term copper gold project ng company na to. Copper is considered a future metal dahil sa global electrification trend. Just a few risks to consider. Number one is malaking capital expenditures. So, medyo malaki yung nagagastos nila for the operations ng actual mining. Development risks are new projects. So, syempre, hindi lahat ng projects is a surefire. There is always risk when it comes to different projects. And then commodity cycle dependency. When it comes to their dividends, the company pays out regular dividends at an annual rate. Usually March sila nagde-declare. Historically then intermittent and more growth-oriented siya kesa dividend-focused. So if you're aiming for Philex Mining, you are banking on the idea na mas lalago yung company in the future. Oceano Gold operates the Didipio mine, one of the higher-grade gold-copper mines locally. Combination siya ng open pit mining and underground mining. High-grade ore means mas efficient ang production cost per ounce compared to some peers. Meron din silang strong cash flow generation kapag mataas ang metal prices. Strengths of the company include structured operations, clear production guidance, and consistent profitability during strong cycles. Pagdating naman sa behavior ng dividends nila, they have quarterly payouts, structured program, and most consistent among local mining stocks. Ito yung kumbaga pinaka-income style mining stock currently in the market. Punta naman tayo sa mga nickel producers. First off the list, we have Nickel Asia. So this is considered as the largest nickel ore producer sa bansa. Multiple mining operations din siya across Surigao and Palawan. Bukod sa mining, meron din silang long-term supply contracts and renewable energy investments both sa solar and wind. So slightly diversified siya compared to other companies na pure miners lang. So revenue sources ng Nickel Asia includes nickel ore exports, which mostly are exported sa China, domestic processing plants, and renewable energy income. Maliit pa lang to but growing naman yung side nila ng investment na to. Nickel demand heavily influenced by stainless steel production and EV battery demand. Some risks to consider, of course, yung Chinese slowdown. If yung economy ng China bumagsak or God forbid, bumaba, syempre maapektuhan din yung income ng nickel. Nickel price crash, and of course, weather disruptions. Kasi ang mining, alam natin na cyclical nga lang siya. Kapag bumabagyo, so kailangan mag-ingat, medyo kailangang itigil ang operations. When it comes naman sa dividends nila, regular ding magbigay ang nickel. May special dividends din kapag boom yung cycle. Semi-annual ang kanilang payout, but the good news here is that Nickel Asia has a very long dividend history. Isa din to sa considered as pinaka-balanced na mining dividend stock in the PSCI. Pangalawa sa mga mining or nickel miners dito sa list, we have Global Ferronickel. So, this company is a nickel ore exporter. Mas focus siya solely on mining and shipping and hindi siya masyadong diversified. Dependent din siya sa Chinese stainless steel production. Kapag malakas ang China infrastructure and construction, syempre mataas din yung demand. Pero kapag nag-slow down, medyo nagda-drop din yung earnings niya. Some risks to consider, we have heavy reliance on one export market, which is China, and commodity cycle exposure. When it comes to their dividends, annual din nagbibigay ang Global Ferronickel, pero hindi fixed yung amount. Cyclical din yung payout pattern, and you have to take into consideration na yung yield, it may look high, but it's very dependent sa cycle ng mining. Next on the list, we have Mark Ventures. So, nickel mining din siya, pero sa Surigao region naman. Smaller scale siya compared kay Nickel Asia. Highly leveraged sa nickel prices, meaning kapag mataas ang presyo, mabilis din lumaki yung earnings. Pero kapag bumagsak yung presyo, mabilis din bumaba ang profits. Some risks to consider, we have for Mark Ventures, smaller scale operations siya. So, medyo mas may risk kasi hindi siya as big as Nickel Asia. Commodity volatility, syempre nakabase din sa presyo ng nickel, sa global price ng nickel ang magiging earnings ng company nito, and less diversified siya kasi mas nakafocus lang talaga sila sa nickel. So when it comes to their dividends, they only pay out special dividends, and we all know na special dividends nakabase lang if maganda yung naging performance for the year ng company. Next on our list is Oriental Petroleum. So this is an oil exploration company. May interest sila sa petroleum service contracts locally. So hindi sila integrated oil company, exploration and production yung focus nila. Meaning, dependent yung earnings nila sa success ng oil fields, at the same time, dependent din sila sa global crude oil prices. Medyo high risk ang exploration, high reward. Speaking of risks, here are a few risks to consider. First is yung oil price volatility in the global market. Second is yung exploration failure. And third is yung low production output. So these are some of the factors that you need to consider if you go and invest in Oriental Petroleum. When it comes to their dividends, small lang yung annual dividend nila. Nominal amount is also very low. The yield just looks high because the share price is low. So basically, Oriental Petroleum is a speculative oil exposure play. If you are into speculative stocks, then this might be for you. Rounding up our list is Benguet Corporation. So this is one of the oldest mining companies in the Philippines. Its business segments are well diversified. They have exposure to gold, nickel, chromite, and real estate. So, meron konting diversification outside just purely mining. Advantage is, multiple revenue streams and asset diversification. Risk, we have medyo heavily influenced pa rin by commodity prices, yung kanilang mga products, and at the same time, some legacy operational issues historically. So we have to take that into consideration if you want to invest in Benguet Corporation. When it comes to their dividends, they have an annual payout structured dividend during November. And ayun, medyo diversified naman tong company na to, but still, overall, it's still cyclical. So overall, we have lots of oil and mining stocks that you can choose from. It's just based on your preference and your style of as an investor. So if you want structure, you go to Oceana Gold. If you want growth, you can go with Philex Mining. If you want diversification, Benguet Corporation can be your stock. If you're more into special dividend plays, then you can opt to look or check into Mark Ventures. If you are more into cyclical but high yielding stocks, Apex Mining and Global Ferronical Holdings might be for you. If you want long term and a balanced type of stock, mining stock, then Nickel Asia can be yours. And if finally you're the type of investor who likes or who is into speculative trading, then OPM might just be the stock for you. If you enjoyed today's content, kindly subscribe, and I'll see you in the next dive.